What if your thoughts are not just happening inside your head? What if they are quietly pressing against reality itself? Across spiritual traditions, there are unsettling claims that focused consciousness can bend light, alter matter, even influence the physical world beyond the body. Science laughs at this. Mystics smile at science. Stay with me till the end of this video because by then you may realize that the real question is not whether thoughts can bend matter, but whether matter was ever as solid as we believe. The illusion of solid reality. You touch a wall and it feels solid. You look at light and it feels intangible. But modern physics already tells us something disturbing. At the most fundamental level, there is no solidity at all. Atoms are mostly empty space. What you experience as matter is a field of forces held together by invisible interactions. Yogic traditions went even further. They said matter is not the base of existence. Consciousness is. Matter is just slow moving intelligence. How yogis define thought. In yogic science, a thought is not merely a psychological event, it is a subtle energy formation. Every thought carries intention. Every intention creates a direction. Every direction nurtures energy. Most thoughts are weak, scattered, and inconsistent, which is why they appear to have no effect beyond the mind. But yogis asked a different question. What happens when thought becomes absolutely focused? In mystic musings, Sadhguru once said, "The human mind is not powerful because of thought. It is powerful when thought dissolves into awareness." This insight is crucial. Yogic traditions were never obsessed with thinking harder. They were obsessed with reducing noise. Because when thought becomes minimal and intention becomes singular, the energy behind it intensifies. Science could never say thoughts bend matter, but it does admit something curious. Observation affects outcome. At the quantum level, particles behave differently when observed. Light behaves as a wave or a particle depending on interaction. Science calls this measurement. Yogis called it attention, not intention. Attention. Where awareness goes, patterns change. Why yogis never demonstrated powers? If this is possible, why don't yogis prove it? Because bending matter was never the goal. Freedom was. Any ability that strengthens identity becomes a trap, and manipulating matter strengthens the sense of I am the doer. This is why yogic texts warn that such capabilities may arise, but must be ignored. They are side effects, not destinations. Can thought actually affect light? Yogic science would say this carefully. Thought alone? No. Consciousness? Yes. Thought is too fragmented, too personal, too noisy. But consciousness, when unlocalized, is not confined to the skull. It is not personal. It is not effortful. In that state, interaction is not forceful. It is resonant. Nothing is bent. Alignment happens. Why most experiments fail? People attempt experiments. They try to move objects, influence machines, alter outcomes. They fail and conclude it's impossible. Yogis would say The experiment itself is flawed because desire is involved, expectation is involved, ego is involved. Where there is desire, perception collapses. Where perception collapses, clarity disappears. The real power of thought. The real influence of thought is not external, it is internal. Thought shapes perception. Perception shapes experience. Experience shapes reality. When your perception changes, the world you experience changes dramatically. Yogis focused here not on bending light, not on dissolving the one who wanted to bend it. Why this knowledge was misunderstood? Over time, symbolic language was taken literally. Inner transformation was mistaken for supernatural control. Stories of sages altering nature were never meant as demonstrations. They were metaphors for mastery over perception. When perception is mastered, reality feels rewritten. So, can thoughts bend light or matter? Scattered thoughts, no. Obsessive thoughts, no. Ego driven intention, no. But consciousness, when unbound, doesn't need to bend reality. Reality rearranges itself around it. If this video challenged how you understand thought, matter, and consciousness, share it with someone who believes the mind is powerless. Like the video if it expanded your perception. And subscribe for more explorations into mystic musings, yogic science, and the hidden mechanics of existence. Because the greatest transformation is not bending the world, it is seeing through it.